What is here in South Africa that your home country lacks?
What is here? White people. Can Africans and South Africans coexist peacefully?
I'd say they can, but once we lose the misinterpretations we have of each other, once we lose the concepts and stereotypes and all of those negative connotations we have towards each other, then that's when we can coexist. That's when we can live peacefully. That's when we can live in serenity. So I'd say we can build it now. We can build it, but we're not gonna see the effects of it. We might not see it in this lifetime. We might not ever be there to experience the peace of Africa as a whole. But one day we'll reach a place where we can coexist, a place where we look at each other as one and not people from different continents. We're in the same continent.
Why do you think other Africans come to live in South Africa?
You know, it's hard for me to answer that question because I also ask myself that question sometimes. But I'd say the opportunities. You know, in other African countries, I'd say there's less. What's the word? But there's less. And in South Africa, there's more. There's a variety, there's options. And people seek options. People seek the opportunity to choose. So when you're put in an opportunity where you're limited and you feel like you have to be some type of way, you bring it upon yourself, you bring yourself down. So people leave their home country to come to South Africa because they see the opportunities, they see the choices they have, they see that I can be who I want to be by choice. I don't have to be someone else because of the society I'm in. Like you said, South Africans are very free. South Africa in general as a country is a very free country. So self-expression is a very big thing here.
Okay, what you said is completely true, right? But I think the main reason why we come here is first of all for education, because most of us come here to get like better education, speaking from my side, and also for opportunities. Yeah, because I think you mentioned that for opportunities, and also South Africa is like the stepping stone for most of us to like get to other places, because from here it's easier to access other things. There's more opportunities to get to like other European countries and everything than if we wanted to get there from our country. I understand it. Yeah, that's the main reason why we come here.
Just wanted to stop you guys just right there from your watching for a second, just to ask you, please subscribe. Please subscribe.
What is here in South Africa that your home country lacks?
Okay. What is here? White people. And good roads. Let me go into the details. Good roads.
So like the infrastructure.
Infrastructure, yeah. The opportunities like bursaries, free hospitals for South Africans. We don't have free hospitality for us as nationals in our country. Yeah, there's a lot more, but I think I should just end there.
I'm not trying to get too political.
Do you think other Africans are more submissive and that's why people hire them?
I think people hire other Africans because of their competence. Because personally, I think opportunities in South Africa have been concealed to South Africans, most of them, because I believe there's transformation going on, and so they're trying to uplift South Africans. So for a foreigner to get some of those opportunities, you don't have to necessarily be submissive, you have to be competent, like even above South Africans, for you to be noticed. You get? So that's what I personally think. It's not submissiveness. Obviously, we are going to be submissive because, I mean, you can't be away from your house. If you are in another person's house, you're obviously going to be submissive. Like, you're going to be quiet, you'll not be loud and everything. So yeah, we are submissive, but that's not why. It's because of the competence. That's what I think. Do you think other Africans take care of South African women better?
No. Full stop.
Okay. I'd say yes, but in a materialistic aspect. A lot of South African women like the money, they like the bling, they like the lifestyle, you know, but they're not there to get the love they deserve. They're there to be treated in a materialistic aspect the way they feel like they deserve to be treated. So I feel like you can get the love you want from anyone, from the right person, African or not, but people treat other people differently materialistically. That's what South African women chase, and that's what other African men have to offer.
I've not seen a South African man of my age group, because I'm not a woman, of my age group that reasons on my level yet.
What do you misunderstand about Black South Africans?
What I misunderstand?
Like, what's a misinterpretation or a judgment that you don't understand about South Africans, specifically Black South Africans?
Okay, I think it's the fact that they are not disciplined. Are you understanding? Because based on what I've seen, I've not seen everything, I've not seen everybody, I've not seen a lot, but from what I've seen, they have too much freedom. Are you understanding? That's why I say that's what I misunderstand, because I don't get it. Like,
it's not something you're used to.
It's not something I'm used to. Yeah, they're so free. They do a lot of things. They're so opinionated. What do other Africans do that you don't like personally?
Be honest.
I think it's the entitlement that other Africans have. Not just in South Africa, but in general. We're just too entitled, we're too stern, we have too much pride. We don't allow to learn, like, we don't want to learn from each other. I want you to learn from me, I want you to understand me, but you will never want to understand the other person. Do you believe that white South Africans are more friendly than Black South Africans?
Do I believe? No. But is that what's happening? Like, superficially, right, white South Africans are more friendly on the outside.
On the outside.
Like, they give off this smiley energy. Okay, maybe they are friendly, but I don't believe. Why? Because I think I see friendliness on a deeper level. Are you understanding? So, for example, I can have a short encounter with a white South African. They'll be like, "Hi, how are you?" All this energy, you know. But then the next minute, numb. Like you didn't just smile at me. You didn't just. So I feel like I won't say it's pretense though, but they give off a friendly energy at first encounter more than Black South Africans.
I believe that Black South Africans are nicer than white South Africans, and I'm not saying that to be biased because I'm a Black South African. I'm saying that also, like, in regards of what I've experienced, I feel like it's easier, it's more comforting to be friends and to be nicer to someone who you think understands you because of the color of your skin tone. Sometimes when you look at a Black person, you just envision the level of understanding you guys can come to, the level of relating you guys can come to. Whereas when you look at a white person, you also ask yourself, you're like, do you ever see things from a different point of view? Do you ever put yourself in the Black man's position? Would you ever think that,
Yeah.
I can, So that's why I feel like in terms of niceness, Black South Africans could potentially be nicer.
What is it that made you guys feel like you need to be a certain way? You need to be like, I don't know, structured in a certain way that now when you come here, you see people who are free. What does, in your case, then being captive in that case, like in opposite to being free? In where you come from, how does that look like?
Okay, to us it looks like indiscipline. Let me be like really honest. Because back home they have made us think that discipline is you not saying what you think. If you are not a certain level, you have not started making money, you have no opinion, your opinion doesn't count, you're not relevant. So, yeah, so seeing you guys and our upbringing, it's like these people, they are so free, like they're indisciplined, they shouldn't be saying this, they should stay quiet when their elders are speaking. It looks like indiscipline to us, but being here now and seeing it, I've started realizing that that's how it was supposed to be. Like, we have an opinion too. We are human beings too, just younger human beings. And we should voice out our opinions. What we feel matters. You get? What do you think about other African foods?
I love them all. I love them all. I can really appreciate food like that comes from other places. Like, in South Africa, some people don't. You'd want to go into like townships to find good food, like to find, I don't know, food that's just made with more love, that's made with more, like, they put more attention into it. Whereas like in the suburbs, everything is made, it's just like, oh, it's just a recipe, you know what I mean?
It's
just
high class,
exactly. You don't want to make it too much like that because we're different,
One thing about Africans, we're very high on flavor.
Yes, girl.
Very high on flavor. So tasting different African cuisines, makes you experience those flavors, and it's like you are absorbing the culture, the country through their food. So it's just a surreal experience. Not just with African food though, like with every other food, but you can feel the love in African food. You can feel it.
Would you stay in South Africa for the rest of your life?
No.
You better leave.
Yes. I wouldn't. Because I want to see more. I want to experience more. I will not limit myself to South Africa. I know that there's more out there. There's more to the world than just South Africa, and I want to experience it. Yeah.
Do you feel at home in South Africa?
In South Africa, it's still Africa, right? So there's a little bit of Africa. There's still a little bit of Africa here. So I still feel at home. The colors, the African attires. It still makes me like reminisce about back home. So yeah, partly I feel at home a bit, but not fully at home because it's still not my home. But I love I love South Africa because it's beautiful.
It's like what Rutindo told us. I can't call it my space if there's other people in that space that aren't fond of my presence, you see?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys in a few days. Peace.